welcome back to another very IONIQ video. Because for 80 points in the series progress for the Lunar New Year Series 30, you can go ahead and grab yourself the Hyundai IONIQ 6 from 2022. And the amount of IONIQ puns are going to be all over the place. So this thing pushes out a whopping 321 brake horsepower with 446 foot-pounds of torque while weighing 4,530 pounds, so it's incredibly hefty and a displacement of 0 because it's electric. Yes, I know, very sad indeed. Anyway, going to the front, it's, well, mediocre, honestly. To the side, it's not got much else going for it, and from the back it honestly kind of reminds me a little bit of the DS23 from Citroen from Forza Horizon 4. Going to the inside, it's got lane navigation and also a lot of stuff over on the screen over here, but let's go ahead and take a listen to the almighty kettle. Alright, so here we are now over in the upgrade shop. We're going to jump straight to motor and battery, and let's see how we can get out of this thing. We can go up to 300 and I think it's 53, up to 385, or 417. Is that it? As for aero and appearance, let's go ahead and take a look. Nope, only Forza aero at the front, and going to the back is only a Forza wing for the back as well, which kind of looks a little weird, I'm not going to lie. So stock, this thing starts out on sport tyres. We're going to immediately bump that up to some semi-slicks because, well, it's got to be at least somewhat decent, at least to try and make up for the sheer lack of power, which is honestly very, very disheartening. But let's go ahead and just upgrade everything, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit of an A-class build, and I'll be right back. And I say be right back because honestly it'll probably take me about 2 minutes. So after a little bit of upgrading, and I mean a little bit, there's not much to do, we're at 417 brake horsepower with 3,558 pounds in weight, and we're directly on the top of A800. You know, I'm starting to think they added this car ionically. Yes, there will be a lot of IONIQ puns. No, I'm not sorry. In terms of the gears for this thing, you only have a whopping one. In fact, you can go ahead and also tune the final drive, which we are going to go ahead and do really quickly. And also a little bit of tuning up here, but we're not going to worry about that right now, because now we're going to go ahead and check out the paint. So going over to the paint shop, we actually have advanced options for this thing. Paint group number 1 is this little bit right here, and paint group number 2, what is paint group number 2? Let's go ahead and check it out. It is the little bit at the bottom here, which is, it's not bad, but it could be a lot better. To be honest, at the moment, it looks like something from Toy Story. And going over to manufacturer colours, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colours for this thing, and I don't know why there's one in matte, but it doesn't help the car look any better. You know what, we're going to save the Toy Story because this thing's essentially a toy car anyway. So, here's the most weird looking car I think on planet Earth, and fun fact, you can go ahead and actually buy one of these things. I don't know why you would, but you can. It starts at a whopping $37,500 US, of which I'm not quite sure what it is in pounds sterling, but you can go ahead and probably have that up on the screen. Editor me, please do that. Now again, I don't know why you want to own one of these cars. They're honestly a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie, I'm not much of an EV person myself, and the fact you can't really do much to this is even more disappointing. And why does the face look a bit like a squashed bug? And away we go, amongst a whole bunch of other various things and things that actually have engines, and I think that might be another electric car from the Audi over that side. I'm not quite too sure. Let's go ahead and see how this thing does. First turn, and there we go, thank you. We've got a little bit of turning, which is not too bad. I'm kind of surprised and a bit concerned, I'm not going to lie. Although the only slight problem is the fact we only have one gear and, you know, very limited tuning options means we've hit our top speed already of 138. So now we're just going to have to rely ultimately on this thing's ability to brake and turn. As it turns out, it doesn't have much of that. Please turn, please stay off the wall. Never mind. Excuse me, Audi, I've got places to be. Excuse me, Audi, I have places to be. And come on, where's the beamer? We can get past the beamer, can't we? Nope, we've hit our top speed again. Well, our lane split controls told us absolutely nothing on that because they don't work. Again, surprise, surprise. Now I know that last video I kind of ran down Hyundais a little bit because the SUV wasn't fantastic, but compared to this thing, that SUV is nothing short of a miracle. I mean, something like this, surely you could have put like a 1.5 or a 1.6 litre engine into. It's not that difficult to do. So I can't honestly, probably also would have made it lighter. Anyway, 95%, we've not got much more to go. One short turn and the finish line is straight there and across we go. A lot of everybody else was just catching up to us, but we did by some miracle cross the line in first with a time of 2 minutes 11. So the Toy Story looking bug actually managed to put in a little bit of a performance, and the one thing that I realised shortly after actually driving this thing was the Toy Story car had red rims, and we do have some in the game, so you know what, there we go, we're really sticking with this Toy Story theme. Well, a good thing apparently is the fact you can throw track width on that thing, and apparently throwing track width on it takes this thing up into S1, but now we're going to go ahead and take it back down into A, because we're making this thing into a drag build, or at the very least, attempting to. Because if you see here, we've literally got the most powerful motor we can get in this thing, and it is barely any horsepower at all. In fact, once again, there's the stats. I don't even need to read it out. All we've done is made it lighter by like 7 pounds. So let's go ahead and start tuning this thing. I've got a feeling it's probably not going to take us as long, I think. I reckon if we have our gears about all the way over here, then maybe you might get somewhere. But in the meantime, if you wanted one of these Hyundai IONIQ 6s from the first edition, you would have been limited to only one of 2,500. Now you can go ahead and also get a lot more now, but you'll be waiting anywhere between 8 to 9 months to get your hands on one of these, so enjoy the wait. So here we are now over at the back of the festival. Let's go ahead and see if we can get an attempted wheelie check. Do we get anything? No. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. In the meantime, let's go ahead and haul up at the little drag race gate thing right here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a little bit of launch control, and there goes Matt Field. Anyway, away we go. Let's go ahead and see what we get out of this thing. Remember, 400 and something horsepower and nearly 3,550, or rather 3,460 pounds, sorry. But yeah, this thing is so far doing a blistering speed of 140 and 142 through the camera. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep this thing going off the edge of the runway at 160 miles an hour. And does this thing have some brakes? The answer's no, not really. Honestly, the fact they put this thing as a series award is incredibly disappointing. So here we are now back over at the upgrade shop once more. We're going to throw this thing back onto some racing springs and dampers. And of course, we're going to go ahead and throw on our decent tyres as well. Where are they? Where's our semi-slick? There they are. Fantastic. We are once again just above S1 by some absolute sheer miracle. We're also going to go ahead and also up the rim size just to see if that makes a tiny little bit of difference. Now, I doubt it will, but you never know. It might actually do something. I'm sorry, if this thing's electric, why did I just hear a petrol ignition sound? Forza, you might want to work on that, buddy. Anyway, with the car now readjusted, let's go ahead, get ourselves on launch control, and away we go! Yeah, it's so speedy, just look at that launch, look at this thing go! To be quite honest, I could probably make a cup of tea quicker than this. And I don't even drink tea! I don't know why I feel like that should have had any relevance, but just go with it. And out of the speed zone at 191.53, which is actually kind of impressive, the fact we've gotten that fast. In fact, this thing is currently doing 202, which is even more surprising considering, you know, this thing has barely any power to its name. Let's go ahead and throw out the downhill and a speed camera and find out what it can do. Or rather, hope it can actually do something. Speaking of, there's our camera, 205.95, going downhill, 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213 even, 214. Okay, it did a little better than I thought it would. Right, that is very, very concerning, and I'm quite frankly a little bit speechless, to be honest. I also don't know who this prank person is, but, you know, we'll figure that out. I can already tell I'm going to need to adjust so much stuff for this bit. Tire pressure to the moon. Okay, so I made a few little last minute changes to this thing. Let's go ahead and throw it in the drift zone and see what the IONIQ can do. Hopefully something. Please do something. Come on, a little more. Oh, forget it. 27,663 points on the first run. That is disappointing. Ah, how much tyre pressure do you want? Yes! Right, I've adjusted the gearing and thrown the tyres to the moon and back. Let's go ahead and see what we can do this time. Going back in, there's of course no clutch for me to rely on. That is a bridge, or rather was a bridge because there's probably nothing left of it. And out the other side at 24,121 points. That is just sad. And to be quite frankly honest, what's even worse is that you, dear viewer, have had to sit and watch this thing. Trust me, it's not been fun for me to drive either. Which is why I'd say I honestly don't think I'd recommend this. I don't say much about that. I don't usually, you know, talk negatively on cars in this game, but this thing is genuinely, it's just sad. I don't know why it's here. I don't know why they've added it. I genuinely don't get it. It's got a okay top speed, but it's comparable to none of the cars in the game. And also, one gear, it's electric, there's no motor swaps, very poor upgradable horsepower. This thing is just straight up pathetic, really. That's kind of why I've kept it in this Toy Story themed paint job, because that's really all it is, to be honest. And to be even more honest, I would rather have had last week's SUV. You know, maybe I owe this thing an apology. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'll go ahead and see you all in the next one, which will most likely be tomorrow, because we'll be looking at the Lynk & Co. 02 hatchback, which should be pretty awesome. Which should hopefully be better than this thing, which is a pretty low bar. It's practically already in the ground already. So I'll go ahead and see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Tech out. See ya. Oh, this thing is horrendous.